Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Been
back.
so long.
It's been. I've missed you.
I've missed you too. Wait, let me look away from you just a second.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
The full just like head turn. Oh, viewers, I wish you could have seen it.
There was a hair flip.
Yeah, it was.
We briefly got into early 2000s Justin Bieber territory.
I wouldn't call that early.
Okay,
2000s.
mid 2000s, early 2000s Justin Bieber territory. He's a child.
So when it comes to the game intuition, and how that don't float. I won't float.
Yeah,
Baba's melt. What do you mean Baba's melt? Water is hot? Oh. I don't understand these rules.
Wait, it doesn't kill you though? It's just hot? It's just pleasantly temperate. Just taking a hot
I'm not
bath.
frozen to any degree.
Frozen at Any Degree is the direct-to-video sequel where Elsa goes to college.
So I can't change Baba being hot and this being melt. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. The skull is defeat.
The reason why it's not doing anything to you is because you're floating over it.
I see. So if I am float... Oh, it's because the skull's on the same side as I am. And so part of what's happening is we're both floating, and so I can't essentially sneak under it. But if I were to change float off of me, then...
You could sneak under it?
Yes, but I can't get
The skulls?
over... Yes, but then I can't get over the water.
Over the river, yeah.
So I gotta shift everything here. Over to the other side of that.
Yeah.
And that is the tricky thing. Because I gotta make sure I remain Baba as you.
I feel like we have to make melt something. Because melt isn't really doing anything right now.
We can make water you.
Possibly.
No, because you'd have to move all three of those things at once. Because if that link is ever broken, yeah. You become a 404, Baba not found.
I can make Baba is you and Baba is float.
Do you think the last level is Baba is Duke?
So now I gotta work that to the other side in such a way that I can manipulate all of the pieces of it. So if I do that, but I feel like there is a solution at this where I can make water is hot and you, but it is not float, and consequently I can just get to the other side that way. And so yeah, I like the ability to do multiple things in that way.
Okay, this isn't labeled, and I like that, so we're gonna see what it is. Extra.
Ooh, an extra. Okay. What are we working with here?
Okay, childish Gambino.
I don't know enough music. So we got more melt and float and all that jazz. Melt and float and all that jazz. Water is water and hot Baba is melt. So this does seem like another one where we can possibly, I don't know actually. I don't know if we could make water.
We gotta make some space for frolicking. There hasn't been enough on this episode of Left's Frolic.
So I think in the same way, and sort of
Wait, we can move this over without destroying ourselves.
Yeah,
Is that...
but now water is hot and we are melt. And so we kind of explode.
What happens if we... I want to at least die creatively. Wait, but then we can't... Okay. It doesn't work because we can't move this guy.
So we were talking about how knowing the game systems is both a detriment and a useful thing.
The psychological term for this is functional fixedness. When you've stared at a problem for so long that you can only think of a narrow range of solutions to said problem.
Oh.
My high school psych teacher was a bouncer formerly, so he had lots of great examples of bouncer-related functional fixedness, where given that the only way you've ever solved a problem is just taking out this dude, your first instinct with every dude you feel like you need to take out is take out this dude.
Interesting. Oh.
But we can't
We can't
touch
move
any of
sideways.
that, or we existential horror void.
Oh. Possibly. Because we have the and here. We have a helpful and. So we can put the and here. We can move float.
Oh, and then we can just move down.
Yeah. It's down. So Baba is melt and you. And Baba may or may not be float. Until it is no longer helpful. Ba-ba.
So, great example of changing fundamental assumptions about how the game was going to work. To cross the skulls. Only in the real world, I said the scrolls. The skulls.
In the real world, the scrolls are cats.
Yeah.
Um,
In the real world, the skulls are like rising price of insulin, or continued existence of capitalism.
and the bouncer says, "Let's push it out." That's how that story went, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think that was good. I'm gonna, as an expert game designer who has designed 0 games, has not won a BAFTA, unlike the brothers of some people, say that when the water becomes less and also kills you, it is bad.
Text is float.
Text?
Up in the corner there it says text is float.
Yeah, no, I see it, but like, what is that? Is text just every word that we see?
Maybe.
What is text? Do you remember Over the Hedge?
In theory.
Like the movie?
Yeah, with the squirrel who wanted caffeine very bad, and then time stopped.
I think that was Ice Age.
No.
You know, that was nuts. He wanted to nut very badly.
Okay. Cool. Great conversation.
But since this level features a hedge, I wanted to pay tribute to the best CG animated funny animal movie of the early 2000s. Oh, wow.
It doesn't need to be push if it is you. Wow.
We're halfway there.
That wasn't a whoa. That was just
No,
a whoa.
the whoa comes after the whoa. This next level is hedge building, question mark? Which I appreciate its uncertainty because I am also very uncertain about this game.
What would happen if this game
Oh, bridge building.
introduced rock is float? Does this be solved same way? Oh no. Oh no, flag. Oh no, I did it bad. Guess I gotta make sure flag is win. Oh, but it's float. Rock is float. Okay, so if this, then that, then this, that. Let's do this. then I put that there, so that way this can go here, such that I can...
Little rock bridge.
Ugh, no, but it's floating.
Oh. So you just drowned under the rock bridge.
Yeah, there's a floating rock bridge like an avatar.
But so what I like about the way this game constructs rules, I'm gonna be able to go on this tangent because you're actually moving the rocks. You must imagine Diego happy. Are you happy, Diego? I actually don't have to imagine that. I can just ask you. Cool. Yeah. Sweet. What I like about this game is I think of like the debate on the left over modern monetary theory and can countries essentially just print their own money. And a lot of sort of more centrist pundits will say, the left just acts like there's no rule, there's no way society works that is just completely immutable to these people. They think everything is up for grabs. And in this game, there are things you can't change. Rock is always going to be float in this level. Like, you probably cannot get to rock as float. But the existence of some unchangeable rules does not mean that, therefore, every single rule is unchangeable.
I just did a cool thing. I made the text itself. Oh, because last time text was float. Whoa.
Wait, so
I accidentally. So what I did was I made the rocks float on over to this side. And I was like, okay, can I drag this text? Can I drag even the flag?
Text.
Yeah, and so then I
Congratulations.
So I think then the next question that people would ask is when do you know that a rule is unchangeable, and when do you know that a rule is mutable?
Can I ask sort of a baked-in follow-up to said question?
Yeah.
Slash a way I would rephrase that I think is maybe what you're getting at, but maybe phrased a little... Bridges? Jeff Bridges is just gonna... Anyway, sorry, we had to take a moment of Jeff. Is not necessarily how do you know which ones are immutable and which ones aren't. Because presumably if you put enough sort of political oomph behind something, pretty much any rule is immutable. It's how do you create a list of priorities in terms of which rules are so callous or so unsustainable or so bad for humanity writ large that you need to put your energy toward making them more immutable than they currently are. I don't think we as humans have a really good natural ability to determine which rules are hard and which rules are soft. Like, there was a time where it seemed like you couldn't have the American economy without, chattel slavery, which in a way is still unfortunately true if you want to count prison labor. But I think it's less a question of which rules have this natural property of being mutable or immutable versus how do we determine which sort of unspoken rules are so egregious Philbin, that we have to, that it's like an imperative to put energy toward changing those. Because with Baba Is You, there's a set number of text blocks that we have and one defined singular goal, win level, right? Whereas if we're comparing this to the political sphere, it's an infinitely huge level with an infinite number of blocks to push. So the question then becomes, if we grant for the sake of argument that no rule, or at least a very, very, very small set of rules about human behavior, the organization of human society, are immutable, how do we figure out which ones are sort of in urgent need of the tiny little rabbit of political progress, shoving them around? Baba is the Overton window.
Wait, I can almost do this. Wait, no, I can do this. I like when you is win. It feels like I was the goal all along.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. I mean, you did have to do something, but like at the end, like you're not bringing anything anywhere. You just realize that you were a happy clump of victory.
We'll continue the conversation about a happy clump of victory.
That's my favorite Tom Waits song. It was in Shrek 2, Little Drop of Poison. So many people forget that Tom Waits was in Shrek. I realize that's not strictly relevant to anything I've said in my life. However, Tom Waits was in Shrek.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. We'll see you in Let's Play.